Hi, today we're going to talk about LinkedIn.com. LinkedIn is a tool that was created by an engineering team that used to work for major companies, major digital companies, to allow professionals to share information. It's a forum to be more open and transparent. So when you learn something, when you create something, when you invent something that you think would be valuable to others, it was a way for us to share that information. Over time, it expanded and companies began putting their profile information and really using it as a marketing tool. Was that the original design of LinkedIn and the originators? No. But you know what? What a great use of the technology. So as a company, for example, I worked for a large printing company. Printing, as you know, is something that has been communicated as going away. A lot of companies want to rebrand themselves. We wanted to rebrand ourselves and be more of a communications company. LinkedIn is a great forum to get that information out there. So with LinkedIn, you can put articles, you can communicate to customers and prospective customers why we are more than just a printer, but also a way for you to communicate with your internal customers and external customers as well. So in that way, we kind of, as businesses, we have pushed LinkedIn to be something more than it was originally designed to be. Now on the flip side, as somebody that's looking for a job, I'm currently in the job market. I thought that I would just put my resume out there and people would receive it in the mail, open it up and say, great, let's get her in here. That's not how it works anymore. I had a professional coach work with me and she said, the first thing we have to do is update your LinkedIn profile. And like many people, mine didn't really say much about me at all, just the company that I worked for. So now my profile is essentially my resume. It is how I'm presented to prospective customers and businesses, rather. So if they are doing a search, they can see that I'm an executive. They can see that I have printing experience. So just with a few keyword searches, I'm showing up in all of these companies' talent search mechanisms, which is really far more powerful than sending out a paper resume. So if you will, I'm going to take a moment and just show you a little bit about my LinkedIn profile and how I use it and then how I use it as a business as well. So here's my LinkedIn profile. So if you use social media at all, you probably have a Facebook page, you might use Twitter. But this is, if we think in terms of, this is my home page. So on the left, you can see my name. Part of what represents me is the picture. It's very important that you have a nice professional picture that you present of yourself so that employers actually can get a feel and see your eyes, quite frankly. If this is their first impression of you. Also, it has, if we look at this top bar, on the top bar where it says search, my network, jobs, messaging, notifications, me. So my network, I have over 500 people in my network. There are a lot of people that I used to work with. There are customers that I had. They are, prospective employers as well. Because I am in the job market, there's also a jobs link. So in there, I've put some keyword searches. I'm interested in executive positions. So when something pops up as an executive position, it shows, I get a little ping that says, hey, we've got some jobs out there for you. Messaging. So this is actually one of the limiting features that I think. It's kind of a barrier for how we build relationships. The thing with LinkedIn is, while the positive thing is every communication that I've had with a prospective employer has happened through LinkedIn. That's great, that's powerful, and people I would never have even thought to talk to. The communication had to start through messaging. So I couldn't actually call them, pick up the phone and call them, or send them an email. It happens through the messaging feature within LinkedIn. So I've had some positive experiences with that, but at the same time, there's so many others that I think, geez, if I could just talk to them, I believe that I could, progress on the job market with that particular company. Notifications, just like Facebook, anything that shows up in your feed. So in mine right here, we've got Travis Bradberry, who I'm interested in emotional intelligence. So that shows up in my feed. Modernize in Medicine is an interesting company that is actively hiring in the region of where I live in Florida. So of course I have them. And then there's also, the people that have viewed my profile. So I'm pretty interested in that. So if say Modernize in Medicine had viewed my profile, that would be kind of interesting to me. So I would send them a message and say, hey, I noticed you viewed my profile. Let me know if we can connect and have a quick conversation. Also, one way that I stay relevant, and another important change I think to how businesses communicate with each other, is through articles. So I've written a couple articles with regards to my experiences in the job market, also my work history, and I read a lot of articles from businesses and how they market to their customers. All of that information, again, helps continuing to build that community, if you will, of users and of LinkedIn and people that are interested in your information. So as a company, it's a great marketing tool. It's a great way for me to get information out there. It is the only, it is only going to reach those people that I'm connected with potentially, unless they share it with somebody else, which, again, is a powerful tool. But again, I think, from a conflicting perspective, while it's supposed to be open and transparent, it really is only as open as LinkedIn is willing it to be. So that messaging feature does limit your access to and the depth of conversation that you could have with folks. But other than that, I think it's a great, powerful tool. If companies do not embrace the LinkedIn technology, I think they would be missing out on a way to share their strategic changes or transformations and potential customers. So I think you should look into it and learn more about it. Thank you.